Yo. Yo. Oh, shit. Hello. There we go. There we go. Boop. Yay. Hi. It's SK. I'm tired. Oh yeah, I left over at Divinity's Reach. I'm gonna be real. I don't remember where the hell I left off. To that end, it's free to know some of the comments that I put on my YouTube video. By the way, thank you for the comments. First and foremost, I appreciate that. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't remember like a solid 95% of the streams that I do and the videos that I make. I don't remember what the hell I say in them. I don't really remember usually what I do in them unless it's something incredibly notable, and even then that's kind of like a guess, maybe. So if you guys respond with a timestamp and be like, yeah, by the way, and answer a question I asked, I appreciate that. Sincerely, I do. I want to be clear. Like, this is not me throwing shade or talking smack, as it were. It's more that, like, I don't remember what I say. So, like, thank you for the answer to my question. I don't remember the question anymore. So eventually, at some point, that information's probably going to be relevant to me, but it probably won't be when I read any comments. But I will try to remember. Sincerely, I will try. No promises, but I will try. Oh, Jesus Christ, what have I done with my inventory? Aww. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Guardian's equipment, huh? Sure, yeah.
Rare treasure.
Cool. I don't use shields. Well, okay. But I do something I did notice, that you've been marked for death by the bandits of Crota. Increases the chance of bandit executioners attacking during a bounty hunt. I have no idea what any of that means. But long story short, what was I going to say? I've already forgotten. I don't remember. Oh yeah, that's I guess that's kind of the point. I don't really remember most of what I say or do in like any of these streams or videos. I don't remember. This is all like super stream of consciousness. I do remember reading in the most recent video, simply because I literally just read it about 5 minutes ago. Yay, object permanence. I have none. I do remember reading that apparently the salvage kits, it's best to have different salvage kits of different sizes to increase, I guess, like the green salvage kits works best with the green items, blue works with blue, etc, etc, getting good reagents from them and all that good stuff, and also because Magic Find is fucking dope. Beyond that, I am learning, I'm remembering very little of information. As a reminder, or as a reminder, just like a heads up, like I do work retail management and it is currently peak season. So I am very sleepy and I hate everyone. So my life flashed before my eyes. It should not have, but it did. Those are cool mounts, by the way, but so yeah, I am very ultra derpy right now. That's a lot of people running around on mounts going into the exact same place. I feel like I'm an extra in like a chase sequence in a movie or something. What are you? What are you? Where do you go? That's literally the exit of the instant. Yeah, sure. Okay, that's good me. So as mentioned, I am sleepy and brain is not doing all the fantastic things. So I am sorry in advance. This is probably going to be super disjointed. Well, let's just take a look at Maguma, Shiver Peaks, Spelunker's Delve. I tried that, literally could not understand what I was doing. I can do these two though. So let's go and do those real quick. That's all, I think. Expansion-y stuffs. You know, I usually don't go to Brisbane Wildlands to do my my mining excursions, so let's go there for once. You know, let's change it a little bit. Let's, you know, mix it up a notch. Kind of like this root beer that I sorta got for free. I didn't get for free. Oh. Okay. Thanks, game. We're just gonna savor this for a second. Gotta admit, I'm not normally a fan of root beer. Not bad, though. Apparently, it's some quote-unquote handcrafted shit that the place I was trying to DoorDash, I got somebody else's order by accident, so I ended up getting most of it refunded. So cool. I basically paid the DoorDashers wages. I think it's technically was Uber Eats this time around. But, hey, cool. Like, you know, I only paid $8 for those. Yeah, it's what I get for just not making a sandwich for dinner or something. But hey, whatever. I got, like, handcrafted, like, $7 root beer out of it, I guess. Okay, mining nodes. Oh, did I go to that one? Oh, okay. Or that's originally the one I was planning to go to down here. Okay. But yeah, just as like an FYI with any of the comments, like, sincerely, if I don't seem to respond, or if I don't seem to immediately enact information I've heard, it's not that I don't care, it's not that I'm deliberately trying to ignore things. It's that, one, some of the videos can put up can be either days, weeks, and in some cases even months out of date. Like, you know, a lot of the stuff I had on my YouTube, even when I was putting stuff up daily. Excuse me, madam?
Fury rising.
Lady. Please understand, lady, that I have no quarrel with you. Thank you. But, you know, the videos I was putting up, even into, like, mid-November, had been made in, like, August or something like that, because I'd been playing it so often. Because I'd cracked out hardcore. Now I'm basically kind of, you know, if I'm playing it, you know, I'm playing Guild Wars 2 off stream, but it's usually either on one of the devices back here. Y'all need to back up off me. I just want to finish my daily, yo. But it's either on the devices, oh, wrong side, devices back here, you know, in bed. Or it's literally what I'm doing right now, which is just kind of like running around doing dailies and shit. Because it's fun, and it's relatively mindless. Without feeling like a complete fucking chore while doing it. You know, the dailies are quick, which is nice. Because I kind of also sort of fell off the WoW wagon again a few days ago. I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I still got like freaking 2 months left of my game time.
Satisfying.
Yes, it is very satisfying. Thank you, game.
Rare treasure.
Going back and playing has made me realize two things. One, I really miss the combat. I know that sounds silly, but there's just something so viscerally fucking satisfying about just the way the game, like the guts of the way the game plays, how responsive the game is. And that's not a knock on this game or Final Fantasy XIV or, you know, any other MMO. There's just something about the way the game just kind of feels responsive. And it's hard to explain, and especially if somebody doesn't think the combat is responsive. Like, I get it, but there's just something about the guts of the way the game plays that just feels just... It's probably also like lizard brain. You know, brain is convinced that it makes the buttons and the happy juices start flowing or whatever. Ugh. I really should have edited that sentence in my head first. Whatever. You know, there's probably some, like, you know, ape brain thing going on there, but two things. One, I really enjoy the combat. I miss it. I really do. You know, I miss the Draenei waggle and, you know, the Blood Elf spin, you know, and Moonkins existing. I miss that stuff. Two, their dailies are really fucking boring, though, man. Like, I never thought I would actually miss, like, going out to kill 12 cultists or whatever, but at least the dailies, you know, in previous expansions usually were pretty quick. You know, you could run around AoE stuff down and kind of call it a day, or it was just, you know, the dailies felt, like I said, the dailies were quick. You know, they could be done quickly. The ones that they have, especially with these, the newest expansion, the dailies just feel very like they drag, and I don't know why. Either like the combat dailies seem to have like 2 or 3 steps for some reason, and like the quote-unquote non-combat dailies, of which there's a lot, and I guess it's cool, varieties of spice of life and all, but oftentimes it feels like the non-combat dailies are far more plentiful than the ones where you just go out and kill stuff. And again, cool, varieties of spice of life, but it's like, you know, collecting pine cones, or they're like amber cones or whatever they're called, or, you know, throwing gormlings in a bag, or playing fetch with the giant undead, like, chimera looking motherfucking thing. Which, I mean, again, are all kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, these could be faster, or just feeling more efficient instead of, like, literally flying all over to complete these things. I suppose it's better in the regard that I can just, oh yeah, no mounts as of yet. I suppose it's easy for me in that, you know, I can actually go ahead and, you know, just fly over, complete it, and be done, versus a daily where you had to go to the hub, fly to the area, do the hub, fly back, and complete the quest. So, I suppose there's that, but, like, at this point, my perfect MMO would, like, if WoW could adopt a world system that felt as good as this, my life would be so much happier, because I would have the ability to go, you know, like, it's, I don't know, man. Like I said, I fell off the WoW wagon, and I'm just like, you know, played it again for the second night. I was like, oh yeah, the fatigue, you know, within the second day, the fatigue is already starting to set in, and I'm like, man, I forgot how boring this gets and how quickly it gets boring, and I'm just like, man, I really wish that there was something about this that just made it kind of feel fresh, and I don't know what the difference is between why this feels fresh when I have been doing this pretty much every day for a while now, for a couple of months. Maybe it's just because I haven't been playing the game for, you know, 10 plus years, and I'm not just fundamentally burned out on its existence or whatever. But something about this feels more, it feels more rewarding, I guess. Why did I jump off that? Why did I do that, me? Hey, me. What are you doing, and why are you dumb? But, there's something about this that just innately kind of feels more rewarding. One, because you actually get, like, good rewards out of this. I mean, sure, it's 2 gold and, like, whoopty shit and good for you, but, you know, you get, I think the laurels are used in endgame, I believe. You know, you get things that, look, all I'm saying is it feels more rewarding somehow. You know, the Shadowlands dailies, if you do the callings and all that good stuff, I mean, you literally get a bunch of vendor trash. Now, granted, the vendor trash is worth, like, 2,000 gold, which is nice, but you're literally getting vendor trash. And I'm assuming that their reason... Whoops. Not exactly the best mic stand. You know, I mean, I guess that part of the reason they do it is to obfuscate the fact that the daily callings give you 2,000 gold to maybe make it less likely for people to incessantly farm them.
Treasure.
You know, as a way to, like, obfuscate the fact that it actually could be a pretty good source of relatively quick and easy gold sort of deal. I am fucking level 78. Jesus Christ. I need to do the story dungeons, but I'm lazy and I don't want to deal with people, so we're not doing the story dungeons. At least not for a solid while. I'm also kind of, like, starting to give myself anxiety because there are a handful of people watching me play this, and now the anxiety is starting to set in because I'm like, oh no, these people are going to know who I am. Like, I understand being a nublet, and that even if... I'm so happy I didn't get myself killed in a remarkably stupid way. At least this time around. But, now the anxiety is starting to set in. Like, even if I was a nobody, people would help me out. Yeah, I know, but, like, again, I work retail management, it's peak season. I'm like, I don't want to fucking deal with people. I know I'm playing an MMO. Why are you playing an MMO to not deal with people? I'm like, I don't know anymore. Like, I enjoy having people in the world. I enjoy chatting with people as sort of like a social experience. I don't want to deal with people's bullshit and their expectations. Like, I've worked in retail for too many years to want to care what people think. Does that sound bad? Like, I don't care, and I don't want to care. I just want to play a game and have fun. Like, I just want to derp around and not have people rage out and be like total fuckwits because I don't want to do homework before a dungeon and be like, oh, well, you have to watch this guide. No, I fucking don't. I don't have to fucking do a goddamn thing. If the game doesn't explain it to you, that's the game's goddamn fault. I mean, it's also my fault for being dumb and not understanding the mechanics, but it's also, like, the game's job to tell you how to play the game. You know, there's a reason why, you know, Mega Man X is still be considered one of the, you know, most well-designed games in history, and games like fucking Fester's Quest. Well, actually, no, Fester's Quest was actually, at least for the European revision, was pretty well designed. All things like pretty self-intuitive. What was the game? Was it like Dr. Jekyll, like Jekyll and Hyde or something? There was some kind of NES game. I think it was an NES game where it was like, it's renowned for being incredibly just sloppy and unintuitive because you don't know what's in the foreground or what's in the background. You don't know what you're doing or why you're there. Like, you're just plunked and just told to, like, go do stuff, you know. And it is the job of the game to explain to you how to play the game. Now, granted, back in the olden days, as you were in the age of Jekyll and Hyde and Fester's Quest and all that shit, you know, the game came with an instruction manual that you were expected to read. Is it homework to read the instruction manual that comes with the game? No, that's just kind of, you know, being an informed consumer. But I doubt that there is necessarily, like, an instruction manual that comes with Guild Wars 2 that's like, hey, here's how you do these dungeon encounters. That's not how that works. And if you could say, oh, you could read the wiki. The wiki, sure, it's linked to in the game, but it's not, like, ArenaNet saying, like, hey, here's a dungeon guide. You know, I don't, like... But then again, that's also skirts on the side of, like, WoW has dungeon journals. You're kind of expected to read a dungeon journal. Yeah, I suppose that's the case, but also, like... I'm also the kind of person that likes to just learn by doing stuff. You know, I enjoy just kind of learning things for myself and trying to understand. I may not necessarily do a good job of it, but I enjoy doing it that way. I don't like having to, like I said, do homework before I do an encounter unless I'm really worried about it. You know, a lot of times I just want to kind of jump in and see what happens. You know, if I die once or twice, okay, then I'm going to step back and kind of, you know, then I may step back and try to, like, read what's going on or whatever, but usually I want to try and just kind of dive in and figure out what the hell is going on, sort of deal. That's just the way that I am. Fireheart Rise. Where the fuck is that? I'm level 78. I haven't seen, like, 60% of these zones. Where the hell is Fireheart Rise? The fuck is that? Oh. I guess I'm going over here then. Guess I'm going to Fireheart's Rise. I have no idea where that is, but sure. I'm down. Why is everything suddenly quiet? There it is. Legit have no idea where I'm going. But we gonna find out. It's exploration time. I feel like I've already looked through all of here before, though. I guess I mean, clearly I have not, because this exists. Unless it's through the Iron Marches. Which it may be now that I'm looking at it and I'm seeing this. Oh, fuck it. Let's try something. Freaking Aurora Borealis. Awesome. Is this a place I can go? Hello, Spooter Town. How's it going? Literally called Spider Nest Cavern. Okay. Probably not the place to go. At least not for my specific purposes anyway. Voodoo Town can wait till later. Okay. But I've also learned a valuable lesson that even if I'm aggroed by something, I'm not in combat until I get hit. Or I hit someone. Which is pretty cool. Which also seems to mean that's my little Aegis spell. That's not Aegis. My Aegis spell, which actually, I think that blocks attacks. That actually helps me, you know, that helps me maintain my speed. I almost said Spood Beast, Jesus Christ. Helps me maintain my speed boost and shit, which is actually pretty cool. That's a good little bit of detail to know. Am I actually going to find this vista? Hell yeah. For a second I thought the said dude said, "What up?" And I'm like, really? What it do, what it do? Okay, cool. I actually got this vista. Hey, I got something good out tonight. But distracted like 10 minutes ago. It's like, please, please don't take offense if I don't seem to respond or seem to, Oh, oh wait, no, that's not where I want to go. I want to go here. Cool. I hope nothing's attacking me. But, you know, just because I don't necessarily respond doesn't mean that I'm not reading it. I just don't necessarily have the time to act to it. And also, I'm dumb and stubborn and I want to do things my own way. I know that there can be like, you know, it's like, I guess I'm still in the honeymoon phase where I want, you know, you only get one chance to be a noob, you know what I mean? You only get one chance to be a bright-eyed tourist and just wandering around having a bunch of fun. And not, you have only one chance to have something be new and not really know what's going to go happen, you know what I mean? So I want to savor that feeling after being a jaded WoW vet. And perhaps, for the lack of a better term, or in a more wide base, like a more jaded gamer, a jaded MMO veteran, such that I've seen the bullshit that can come from all of this, and you know, it's nice to have a game that I'm playing kind of recapture that little bit of wonder and just sort of like, oh cool, that feeling of exploration that I haven't had in many games for a while. So, you know, I know this sounds kind of counterintuitive that I'm not rushing to learn everything I can about the game, but I kind of don't want to. Like, I enjoy fumbling around and just messing around with shit and seeing what does or doesn't work, you know, or having a build that doesn't have any synergy, or using, you know, my derpy druid spirit, even though, you know, having like 20% crit rate every 30 seconds is objectively better in every single metric. I like my goddamn derpy druid. He's adorable, and I like him. And it makes me feel happy to use him. I mean, is the other one objectively better? Yeah, sure, fine, whatever. I mean, you know, but I'm, you know, I like what I like, sort of deal. And I very much am the type of person where if it's like, there is a form of content in a game that requires me to play in a way that I do not consider fun, I'm just not gonna fucking play it. Like, I do not... Oh, for a second I thought that... Christ, COVID brain on the COVID brain on the brain? I don't know. COVID on the brain. I thought for a second, I thought that said Wuhan, and I'm like, what? I'm like, how the fuck? But, I am absolutely the kind of person where if there is content that is required to play in a certain way, I just won't play it. I mean, there is a reason that I have not done any group content in WoW since WoD. And even then, I barely did it. But you know, I got to Legion, and they introduced, ooh, Mythic Plus, it's a bunch of different content. And I honestly was actually kind of tentatively jazzed about it, because did I? Okay, good. I couldn't remember if I had the right stuff equipped. And I was tentatively jazzed about it, because I have been purely, you know, a 5-man type player. I don't enjoy raiding. I've never enjoyed raiding. It feels like you're going to a job for pixels and all that good stuff. And for other people, it's like hanging out with the boys and all that. And I'm like, it's a fucking job to me. It's a job where I get paid in pixels and I have to deal with a group of people. And I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. I prefer smaller form content like 5-man. So I was tentatively excited for like, oh cool, we can make this, you know, repeatable, more difficult 5-man content. which at that point, let's be real, had kind of been lacking because heroics were a face roll since Wrath of the Lich King. And then, am I in the road zone? I'm in fact at the right zone. Okay. Yay. I'm in Fireheart Rise, Kalukale. You know. Now, one thing I'm not a fan of in WoW was the challenge modes. Not that they're bad, just wasn't my thing. You know, it was basically like a speedrun mode, and speedrun modes were the things that I just objectively did not like. That's one of the reasons I didn't like a lot of the heroics since Wrath of the Lich King, because they were speedruns. They were just run around AoE down. Don't worry about coordination. Don't worry really about, like, crowd control. Don't worry about line of sighting and, you know, any sort of kill order or whatever. It's just like, ugh, smash all the things and then only pay attention to the boss. You know, sort of deal. So, challenge modes, I understand that challenge modes were not necessarily that, but in the same vein of just like, how quickly can you go? That's not something I'm interested in. I don't care about doing things quickly. I care about having fun doing stuff, you know. I care about there being like an element of strategy and coordination. She says hating rating, but again, I like coordination between a smaller group where it feels like my actions actually have some sort of detrimental meaning, whereas in a group of like 10, 15, 20, 30 players, you're just another cog of the machine, you know. You know, tanks require tank swaps. DPS do DPS things, healers, you know, one is a raid healer, one is a main tank healer, one is like, it's all fucking assignments, and it's never really been my thing. Whereas in a 5-man group, when you're the healer, you're the fucking healer. Like, you need to use your toolkit and you need to fucking heal, and that's it. You know, when you're the tank, you're the fucking tank. You need to find a way to make the fucking tank shit happen. Where they're DPS, I mean, yeah, you're still a DPS, but like, you have to not suck, sort of thing. You know, it feels more meaningful and impactful to have it as a smaller group. How the fuck do I get up to you? Oh, I see, I think. What's So, imagine my chagrin when I get to my very first Mythic +2, and, you know, I kill the first couple of packs of mobs and realize, oh, nothing dropped. Okay. And then I kill the first boss and nothing drops. And I'm like, well, what the hell? And they're like, well, yeah, there's nothing at the end. And I'm like, oh, so this is just a challenge mode with a loot box at the end. And I finished, yeah, and sure enough, I finished the single +2, and there was a box, and I don't think it gave me anything. I don't even remember. I don't even think it gave me loot, or, you know, gave me like gold or some shit, or like whatever the fuck artifact power you needed, or whatever the shit. And I was like, oh, so this literally is in fact a challenge mode with a box at the end. And I just never played Mythic Plus. Because I'm like, this is content that I have zero interest in. I don't want to have to just run around, you know, giga-pulling things because we need to go quicker because the game incentivizes you. Excuse me. Incentivizes you completing the dungeon quickly and efficiently. And God forbid if you do something where it's not quick and efficient, because now all of a sudden it's slowing people down, and because there's a key attached and because it can screw somebody's key over, now everything becomes like super fucking speedrun toxic bullshit territory. And I'm just like, this literally was the worst decision they could have made for 5-man grouping. It calls to the worst aspect of grouping in WoW and probably like MMOs in general, where it's just like, it's incredibly punitive. It is, you know, it's based upon speed and efficiency. You know, it's very punishing. Hence the punitive part. Like, it's, you know, there's way more loss than gain. You know, even if you do everything perfectly, you may end up with nothing. You know, you could do everything perfectly. You could time your key and all that good stuff, plus whatever the fuck. And the only thing you get is a key you may not be able to use, and like nothing meaningful to show for it. Whereas if you fuck up, you lose that key and you have nothing to show for it. Like, it's not a good system, and I will absolutely die on that hill. Mythic Plus is a bad system in WoW. It is a bad system in WoW. You're not going to convince me otherwise. You can enjoy it, but it is not well implemented at all. It is not well implemented, It's not very well QA'd. It definitely hasn't been very well supported, because they're basically just doing the same old system and starting it over and over and over again. But because it was baked into, it was an iteration of a system I did not like, that favored things like speed and efficiency, and downplayed things like, I mean, like, there's coordination in Mythic Plus, as you can clearly see. There's a bunch of coordination and all the bullshit affixes, which somehow make it more annoying to play than less, you know. But, like, I know this sounds weird. I know that this just doesn't exist anymore, but I miss the days of, like, having to sheep and having to use crowd control. I know it's all, you know, mage and AoE and giga pulling because lol, trash doesn't matter. Like, trash should fucking matter. That's why it's there. You know, nobody wants to do it like a 6-hour BRD run. Yeah, but I liked the 6-hour BRD runs because it was a fucking adventure. You bonded with people. Everything is so, like, you gotta go fast, you gotta go fast, it's gotta be efficient, it's gotta be quick, like, I gotta get from point A to point B, like, fuck the journey doesn't matter. Like, that's literally why you play games, is to have fun. If you have hardwired yourself to the point where you are incapable of just seeing the forest for the fucking trees and going fast is literally the only thing that matters, because you have to beat the game as quickly as possible, and then you get to the end game and then you're like, oh man, there's no content. Well, yeah, there was content, you brushed past it. Do it as efficiently as possible without considering if it was actually, I don't know, remotely enjoyable, and then complain that the whole experience wasn't enjoyable. Why did you do it in a way that wasn't enjoyable for you? I mean, maybe brushing past it that fast is enjoyable for you, at which point didn't you enjoy yourself? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand it. And to that end, you know, I am absolutely the type of person where it's like, if this content, you know, if content is gated by doing or playing a certain way that is not enjoyable to me, I will not play it. I will not. I refuse. Because I'm not going to waste my time doing something that is inherently incredibly unfun, annoying, grating, and something that I just find patently unenjoyable. I'm not, like, dude, I'm knocking on the door of 40. Like, I ain't got time for that shit. I don't have the time or the patience or the sanity to just do something that I find not fun for the sake of, I don't know, for the sake of the meta or for the sake of the group. Quite frankly, maybe this is just me being like a selfish American, but quite frankly, kind of fuck the group, because, like, you know, I got one life to live here, buddy, so, you know, I'm happy to help, you know, I'm happy to have fun, all that, you know, group coordination is fun, but if it's like, if this is, like, think of all the people who really like raiding and enjoy the coordination aspect of raiding, but who end up getting benched because they're not playing the meta spec, or their friends just aren't good enough. You know, they enjoy playing with their friends, but their friends aren't good enough to play an out of meta comp, so, you know, you either have to switch from a class that's not meta to the meta class so you and your friends can continue playing, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, maybe I'm the asshole, but I'm just like, I would rather just not play and have than play something I distinctly don't enjoy, because I've spent many years of my life doing crap like that, where I'm like, well, you know, it's good for the group, it's good for this, it's good for that. I'm like, I haven't, like, no. I didn't get a fucking rebate for that time I spent. Like, I'm not, no. Like, I am here to enjoy myself. I am here to have fun. You know, I'm here to relax. That is what games are here for. You know, life is, I mean, games are meant to be challenging. Life is challenging. Life is meant to be challenging. You know, games are meant to be fun. If you derive fun from challenge, cool. Congrats. I too do enjoy some measure of challenge in my games. But there is a point where it's like, where the hell am I going?
Take a good look. You can't even begin to handle all this.
Uh-huh. That's cool. I'm going on a rant, but basically all I'm saying is that it's just like, you know, just like, take a moment for some introspection, my dude. Am I not able to get through here? This is definitely doesn't seem like a place I can get through. So am I just straight up like cock blocked unless I get a mount? I'm assuming that's not the case, and there's a way out of here that I'm not seeing. Or you really are just supposed to swim through this basin here. Which also looks a lot like gasoline, and it's a little bit disturbing. Fucking bitchin' skybox, though. Look at that shit. So yeah, I'm, you know, so as people were talking about telling me you know, which spells are better for this or that or the other, I do appreciate that information. That's genuinely good to know. It's definitely good information to have for later. Having said that, I'm still gonna do me, and I'm going to play the game the way I like to play it. And I sincerely apologize if that kind of like rankles people or, you know, rubs them the wrong way. And this is not just something I'm saying for now. This is if somebody happens to stumble across this, you know, years from now, and they're like, ah, why aren't you using this? Why aren't you? Because I don't fucking want to. Either because I don't know it's there, or I just don't want to use it. And my reasons are my own. They don't have to be explained or justified. Like, I'm going to play the way I want to play. And I will take all feedback into advisement, but, you know, I'm trying to say this in a way that doesn't make me sound like a dick, but I think I've already crossed that threshold. Like, I'm under no obligation to play anything the way anybody wants it to play other than me. You know, I guess that's kind of the point I've been trying to make up to that. Up to now, it's just sort of like, I just want to play a game and have fun. That's it. You know, I enjoy playing with other people. You know, I enjoy doing some coordinated stuffs, but at the end of the day, like, shit's meant to be fun. And, like, and like I said, like me, you know, falling off the WoW wagon, playing a couple of days has made me also realize, that I'm like, man, people get really lost in the sauce when it comes to their habits and what they're used to. You know, and when you get used to something, good or bad, you know, when something becomes a habit, why are you, like, get off my leg, please? There we go. Okay. The cord did not want to play nice. But, you know, when something becomes a habit, and it doesn't even necessarily have to mean, like, habit as in, you know, even, like, crossing threshold of addiction, just something you do on a daily basis, good or bad, trying to break that habit can be very, very difficult. Even if the habit, again, especially if the habit's not good for you, and it's like you're not really enjoying doing it, but you're doing it because it's there, and it becomes a lot harder to break that habit, and you start kind of, for lack of a better term, making excuses for the habit not being enjoyable. You know, it's not that I'm burned out, it's the game is bad, and this is not me standing on,
Pass this along to the pale tree.
you know, Mount Olympus and, you know, raining judgment from on high. This is from, like, a point of introspection. Like, I was that person for several years where I would get mad because WoW wasn't fun or was stupid or doing this or that or the other, and I'm like, well, I was just, like, burned out because, you know, I was playing it pretty much every day, even though I didn't necessarily enjoy it. Like, and at the end of the day, that was my fault. Like, I could have, you know, I could have gotten years of my life playing something else that may not have been quote-unquote bit as good, but would have been more enjoyable if I just spent the time trying to enjoy myself rather than trying to do trying to chase something that didn't exist, that wasn't there. Where the hell am I? This has got some serious Ash Mountain vibes. It's also pretty fucking cool looking, too. I mean, I should be looking for events, but I also literally don't have any of the map opened up, so, you know, it's going to be a little bit of exploratory times. But, you know, like, I spent a lot of time doing things that I didn't necessarily enjoy because I thought that if I do this thing, it will be enjoyable at the end. And sometimes it was, but for the most time it was, you know, I would get to the end of this thing that I didn't enjoy, and instead of feeling, you know, a sense of accomplishment, it was a sense of relief that it was over, and that was kind of it. It was like, oh, thank fuck, I don't have to do that anymore. Okay, cool. Now I can move on to this other thing that is only, like, semi-enjoyable because I will it to be, because of habit, etc., etc. You know? And again, not to say that it would have necessarily been better if I had tried other games or other genres or whatever, but like, I could have learned another language if I'd wanted to. I mean, I can still learn another language now. Here I am playing fucking Guild Wars instead, but you know, live and learn. Oh, that's pretty freaking cool. I actually really like the detail that they have for these, like these platforms and everything. They definitely do feel like dried volcanic rock. Excuse me, sir. I will have you know. I take umbrage. I take umbrage. Umbrage is being taken, Squidman. Mr. Alien Town. These are like freaking Zerg Overmind motherfuckers over here. What is this? Oh, hello. Ow. Not the buttons I'm expecting them to be, but that's fine. Confusion and summons. Ah. Okay. Okay. Is his name literally Windrider? Literally Windrider. Okay. You need to back up off my Cheerios, buddy. I will have you know. See, you didn't. My dude, I just wanted the viewpoint, my man. It didn't have to go down like that, dude. But long story short, it's like, you know, hopping back into WoW, it's just made me introspective. Like I said, I still, like, I love the guts of way the game plays. But it's also made me realize that it's like, it hasn't really changed all that much in the last 10 years at least. And then 10 years ago, I would have never actually had the wherewithal to be like, you know, maybe it's not the game. You know, maybe it's just that you know, one, that I've changed. Two, I mean, the game has obviously changed. Three, it's just like, you know, if something's not enjoyable for you, it's not enjoyable for you. Like, don't force it. It's not, you know, you try to force something, I mean, you can make that thing happen, but there's no guarantee that, you know, like I said, you're not going to get a fucking rebate, you know what I mean? You're not going to get a light at the end of the tunnel because you stuck through this thing and all of a sudden it's like magically enjoyable. That's not usually how that works. The longer you stick with something when it's not enjoyable, usually the less enjoyable it really ends up being at the end. The less you feel joy by completing it, and more it's like this sort of contemptuous, like, oh, thank God it's over. Fuck you. Let's never do that. Let's never speak of this again, you know? Again, also why I've never rated, because the whole, like, you know, the idea that you can spend hours, days, weeks, months on a poll and never actually see any kind of, I don't know, like any sort of resolution, or like to see a resolution and just be like, okay, well, you know, you may or may not get a piece of loot. Like, I don't, like I said, it's not for me. There are people who really enjoy that, really enjoy the struggle of the first kill, and then they just kind of stop giving a shit, or people who are the real gear whores. I'm like, it's never really, it's just never really appealed to me. I like exploring things and seeing where stuff is, and then apparently getting attacked by overminds from Zergtown.
Protected.
I mean, there's a reason I had and still sorta on hiatus, but then again, like, meh. You know, had a series running called MMO Tourism. I like seeing what games have to offer. I like seeing kind of what's out there. I like exploring worlds. This is the thing, you know, seeing stuff like this, these vistas off in the distance and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that made me enjoy getting into MMOs in the first place. The idea of seeing new far off places and learning new skills and just exploring this sort of like alien sort of world and not, you know, feeling like I'm stuck in my bedroom or whatever. You know, that's the stuff that gets to me. There are people who like the loot. I couldn't give a shit. It's, you know, if the loot helps me get from point A to point B, it is a vehicle for my exploration. That is literally it. different strokes, I suppose. I should be looking for events, but hey, ore is cool too. Back up off me. Back up off me, bat. My dude. Let it be said, you picked the fight. It was unnecessary, but you kind of forced my hand, so... Okay, so we got Spootertown, USA.
Advance.
I mean, this place is pretty freaking cool looking. This also looks familiar. This almost feels like an area in Guild Wars 1. I have no idea if it is or not. I never played the game that much, but still.
Fury rising.
Yeah.
Charge.
Oh, that's sufficiently creepy. Sound design is also pretty freaking sweet. This place definitely feels like...
I'll pass this along to the pale tree.
This definitely feels like a, you know, burnt out hellscape of a place. I want... Thank you. It's contested. That's unfortunate. So Flame Legion is a thing. Cool. We're not going to go that way. I have not... Wait. If it's contested, does that count towards the event completion? Be in, bitch.
Charge.
Just let me into your town, please. So that way I can murder you and all you stand for, and I can get event completion. Wait. So wait, me killing that one dude did count? Am I not in the right area? I'm in the right area, right? Oh, I see an event, finally. Where you at, fool? Escort Tucson. Sure. Tucson, bro, where you at? Okay, that's one. Yeah, I imagine this is... The thing is, I've never played Guild Wars 1, so I have no way of knowing, like, if this is a specific area after the searing. I don't really know, unfortunately. I never really got too far into it, but... It's just somehow this feels very similar. Is something I've seen before. And from what I understand, I did read this in a comment in one of my videos that apparently the Guild... Excuse me, sir? That the Guild Wars 1 map and the Guild Wars 2 map are actually pretty much the same, which I do like. That's a really good attention to detail. Because God knows, if you look at Warcraft 3's map and World of Warcraft, they have some differences. Let's just put it that way. I need to go back and actually play Guild Wars 1 fully. I mean, I bought the damn thing. I think twice, as a matter of fact. Excuse me. I'm surprised I went that long without yawning, but that's what happens when you rant for like a solid 30 minutes. At this point, I would just like to complete the daily so I can go to sleep.
Protected.
Excuse me, good sir.
Let's take that gate down and drive the Flame Legion out of their shelter.
So... Is this all just one event? What the hell is that dude? What is attached on that dude's back? It looks like some sort of like a magical flamethrower. I mean, on the plus side, he's not immune to fire, thank God.
Gates down. Press the advantage and the garrison will soon be ours.
Oh, this is why I couldn't access it. I was like, where the hell? Just like, where the hell is the entrance to this place? Because it was blocked off. Huh. Yeah, I also hear Winter's Day is like this big thing that I should do, and it's like, oh, you have to do it, you gotta do it. I'm like, no, I don't want to. I don't wanna. Oh, there it goes. Oh, good. Okay, cool. Cool. Got 50% completion for that. Yay. Wunderbar. Now I need to find 2 more. And then I think I'm at a point where I can go to sleep. Maybe. Holy shit, it's almost 1 a.m. Oh. I did not realize it was that late. That is unfortunate. Wait. Really? Like, fool, I just left. How? How did you break it that quickly, fool? Hello? Super Adventure Box Festival. I have no idea what any of that means, but sounds like a... Okay, Mr. Firebug, you need to slow your roll pimpin'. The roll needs to be slowed, my man. You got problems, bro. Oh, this is unfortunate. And I'm about to get steamrolled.
Fury rising.
I am going to die.
Charge.
I am going to die.
Protected.
Help me. Help me. Oh, they're still... Oh, load, they coming.
Advance.
Oh, load, they coming. Anybody want to help? Oh, they're still coming. They're still coming.
Save yourselves.
I would love to. I don't know if my kiting is doing anything.
Charge.
Because Mr. Asshole Veterans are not making this easy for me. Hey, Derpy Dude, distract them, please. Because ain't no way in hell I am going to be able to survive that right now. Though it seems like my sword actually does a pretty decent, like...
Fury rising.
Advance. I'm pretty sure that I have no right to survive any of this at all. Ow, ow, ow. Stop catching me on fire. Stop catching me on fire. I'd appreciate that if you would stop catching me on fire. I don't believe I deserve that. Oh, sweet Jesus. Hey, buddy. Excuse me.
Save yourselves.
I have no idea if I'm actually doing anything meaningful. I get the feeling I'm not, but fuck it.
Advance.
I would love it if somebody came over here to help, though. That'd be great. Somebody please help me. Somebody please help me. That is definitely not where I wanted that to go.
I am mighty.
I mean, I probably shouldn't feel as good as I do for essentially kiting people for a solid 5 minutes. But I do. So how does this work? Oh, there was a chest at the end. Okay, that makes sense.
Protected.
It's definitely a lot easier when there's, like, actual people. Let's not be soloing a bunch of shit because I suck. Oh no, that person's about to die. Oh Lord, they coming. What?
Charge.
Oh yeah! That ability is a snare. I forgot that little tidbit. Oh, I kind of wish I'd paid attention to that. Oh, that's unfortunate. That probably would have made my life a lot easier, like, I don't know. That probably would have, probably, definitely, for sure. Oh no. Hey buddy. Hey buddy. Wow, these guys die super quick. But sure, alright. To be fair, they literally just tanked all of it at once.
Protected.
Heal faster. Heal faster.
I'll be
All
back.
of that was one.
Keep sharp.
I don't know why I thought it would be different, but, you know, that's what I get for
Everything
running around like freaking crazy, I suppose. Oh yeah, I probably should have paid attention to the fact that, like, my gear was probably partially broken. Go figure. Okay. So straight up, do not know where anything in this zone is. But hey, that was kind of cool. I mean, doesn't change the fact that I literally had like 3 or 4 different methods of CC and I completely forgot to use all of them because I was running around trying not to die, but you know,
Advance.
at least I remember to use my swiftness. And I somehow managed to not die and kite them for like a solid 5 minutes, so you know, there's that. I'll take the wins where I can. Yoop.
Charge.
For half a second I thought I was running off another cliff again. I still haven't recovered from the last time I did that. On stream, no less. Well, actually, technically, no, it wasn't on stream, actually. That was just a recording. Still. My dumbass recorded it and still put it up to YouTube because it's like, lol, I walked off a cliff. I'm a dum-dum.
Charge.
This place is pretty freaking cool looking, though.
Fury
Literally don't know where
rising.
any of this is. Stop attacking me, assholes.
Advance.
That is one very cool looking person. With a very cool looking outfit. That is a tree. That's
Fury
another tree.
rising.
Hey guys. Bye guys. That's a cliff. Don't even really care. At this point, I'm just kind of running around blindly, hoping something gets found. Oh, event nearby, huh? Not the button I wanted to press. Yoop. Hold up. Mortars set up, huh? Alright. How do we set up mortars? Alright. We smash and kill and fight things. That sounds good.
Protected.
Hey, buddy. What? Oh, AoE loot. Yes, please and thank you.
Halfway there. Keep going.
Hell yeah. This music is freaking amazing, by the way. He has a... Oh, I was like, he has a pet bear? But it's okay. Whoever has the pet bear, you're awesome. Although I imagine that it's not the player has the pet bear. The bear has a pet player, you know what I mean? Oh, let me go grab this waypoint before I forget. Hold up. Wait a minute. To get some map completion in it. There we go.
Advance.
We barely even missed anything. Holy shit, we're fighting the one dude that killed Tasha Yar in Skin of Evil. I can't think of the name, but it's like the giant oil monster that they basically had to like psychoanalyze to be like, yeah, you hate everything, that's why you kill stuff. Well, yeah, no shit, thanks. Thanks, Freud. Could have never guessed.
Fury rising.
Die, Red Ooze.
Charge.
I should be saying things, but I kind of forgot. I'm distracted by shiny objects. As is kind of normally the case. Ow! What it? Oh, it's one of you again. Right. Fucking Bowser Cooper up here. Hey! Yay. Really? 264 experience away from 79. That's freaking hilarious. Hold on. Like, I gotta kill literally one thing. BRB.
Get those explosives in place.
One thing's gotta die.
Fury rising. I am mighty.
There we go. That is level 79. Go get Living World at 80 and Elite Specializations. Baller. I need to empty my goddamn inventory again. Which I should probably do at some point. She says, knowing that she won't because she never does. Okay. Well, that's cool. I went to a zone I've never been to before. I got level 79. Nice. Murder for profit. Off prank calling, said Tar Monster Guy. You know, I haven't really watched anything Star Trek since Enterprise, and I think I might be better off for it. No, that's not true. I watched the first two J.J. Abrams movies, and they're not bad, but they're also not exactly Trek. And I watched, like, the first 2 episodes of Picard and was like, this is not very good. So, you know, there's that. But yeah, it is like legit 1 o'clock in the morning. I didn't realize it was quite that late when I started to stream, so unfortunately this is a super short stream, but like I have to go to bed. So thank you for stopping by. I am sleepy. And I will see y'all next time. I am not starting soon. See y'all next time. Peace out.